From Channel 5 KSDK, this is a News Channel 5 update.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dan Gray. Two St. Louis Cardinals have run into trouble with the law. Outfielder Ray Langford was arrested this morning for excessively honking his car horn at another car. And police say Brian Jordan, who argued with police about the ticket, was cited for interfering with an officer and was also arrested. We'll have more tonight at 5. Also ahead, find out why presidential candidate Ross Perot may be losing support among one group of voters. We'll see you in 1 hour.
This News Channel 5 update was sponsored by S&P Oyster Company.
On the bird in 10 minutes.
Exclusive, they're going to take us inside.
It's the world's most popular fast food chain, but hundreds of kids were injured by a hidden danger lurking in McDonald's playlands.
When we finally had pried her shoe loose and saw that the bone was protruding.
Inside Edition investigates the fast food fun that turned into tales of horror.
2, 1.
It's the latest fad in Tinseltown, and even Hollywood's hottest actresses are putting on the gloves.
Michelle was a great student, and Batman's in big trouble.
Today, the teacher who has the stars kicking up their heels gives you an inside look at kickboxing.
Swift is in. Chicago, we're coming to you first.
Audio check, 1, 2.
Then to L.A.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine.
It is an American classic that's thrilled movie audiences for 50 years. Now, a new book tells the secrets of Casablanca.
Bogart started losing his hair in the late 30s, and when he made Casablanca, he was wearing a toupee.
Inside the legendary stories behind the making of Casablanca.
Stand by.
Hello, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thank you for watching Inside Edition today. Why are some of the most beautiful women in the world kicking each other? We are talking Michelle Pfeiffer and Jodie Foster here. In just a few moments, we'll report on a new Hollywood trend, lady kickboxers. But first up today, a disturbing story under the golden arches at McDonald's. The fast food chain makes much of its money from America's families. Kids love McDonald's, and part of the attraction is McDonald's playgrounds. Matt Mahar with an Inside Edition investigation.
I was playing on it, and I was having fun and everything, and then just all of a sudden I broke my leg, and it really hurt.
Playing and my shoestring got caught in a screw. We're going on this tugging turn and we're going around medium, and my shoelace got caught by one of these bolts.
These kids and thousands of others like them have been injured at McDonald's playlands over the last 10 years. That shouldn't be too shocking, considering that there are about 3,000 of the playgrounds nationwide, with kids climbing all over them every day. But an estimated 20% of the accidents, many of them serious, occurred on something called the tug and turn, a ride critics say should have never made it to Playland.
Every Playland meant an increase of 8% in sales per store. If you do that times thousands of stores, you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. The incentive was to put in Playlands, to bring in the children, not to pay attention to the safety aspects of items like the tug and turn.
5 months ago, attorney Edward Steinbrecher won a $650,000 award from McDonald's and the company who manufactured the tug and turns. His client was 9-year-old Marlene Escalera. Her leg was broken in 2 places when her shoestring got caught on an exposed bolt at the base of the tug and turn.
They had a lot of warnings previously that, kids were getting hurt in it. So my little girl broke her leg uselessly, really. Uncalled for, really, as far as I can see it.
Tug and turn related injuries started occurring almost as soon as they were installed. In 1983, one Houston McDonald's reported 5 broken bones at that store alone.
They labeled it a shoelace catcher. By the beginning of 1983, one of their construction people in Dallas recommended that a safety device be made, a shroud, and it took them almost 3 years to make that. And then when they did, they didn't go back and address the 1,000 tug and turns that were out there breaking the child's legs.
Both McDonald's and the ride's manufacturer, JBI Incorporated, sent notices to franchisees and company-owned stores, warning of the dangers and suggesting hardware and installation modifications. But it appears that often no one ever followed up to see if the stores made the changes.
We were driving to Mexico last summer, and we stopped at that same McDonald's, and there was the same ride with the same problem. No one fixed it or anything.
When Michelle McCullum was 7 years old and on her way to Disneyland with her family, they stopped at a McDonald's. Michelle broke her leg in 2 places on a tug and turn.
Well, you can see where the force of this thing when her leg went around it. This is a leather shoe, and it completely ripped the leather right apart.
Michelle's parents were appalled when they returned to the same McDonald's last year.
We actually stopped there to show Michelle where the accident had happened because 5 years had passed. And the pin that her shoelace had caught on was still sticking out of the equipment. I'd like to talk with this gentleman, the safety expert from McDonald's, about the case.
We're not going to comment on the case during the course of the litigation.
At the Escalera trial, we tried to ask McDonald's lawyers and safety engineers